Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's KIM in the SAV, Kim out of Savannah, Georgia. And in this video, I really want to talk to you very quickly about the problem with personal development. Yes, that's right, I said it. There is a problem with personal development. Now, this video was inspired by the anti-MLMers. Hey, y'all. I actually have a quirky habit of, just for kicks, watching anti-MLM videos. If you guys know the book by Robert Greene, what was it? 48 Laws of Power. They talk a lot, and like the War of Art or the Art of War or whatever. What's going on, Sandu? I see you said change your name yet again. You guys tell me where you're watching from too. Replay viewers as well as the live ones. So I read a lot of books and they talk about studying like the opposition, right? Studying your enemy, so to speak, and knowing where they're coming from. You don't have to understand them. However, if you understand their point of view, oftentimes it kind of sort of gives you a leg up on certain things. So you guys will notice often in my videos, that's what I do. I am the one who always inevitably addresses the elephant in the room, right? So here's the deal. The anti-MLMers are like, they go off on everything. But one of the things they love to harp on is people are out here trying, and like they try to make you feel bad, like you're not doing enough personal development. But I do my personal development and I am trying. I'm just not making any money. And for them to beat me up about it is just like ridiculous. And it's just like, okay, girl. Let me tell you something. The thing with MLM is that people don't realize it is entrepreneurship. MLM is just the vehicle, but it is still entrepreneurship. This ain't for punks. And a lot of people feel like they are doing personal development, but they're not. They're reading personal development. Marinate on that for a minute. A lot of people who say they are doing personal development are really just reading it. They have shelf development. They pick up a book, they read it, and then they think, okay, I've done my personal development. I have literally spoken to people who have the most toxic conversations, and then I'll tell them about a little book called Think and Grow Rich, and they'll say, oh yeah, I've read that. You've read it, but you clearly don't practice it. I can tell by the way you speak. It's just like somebody who is like a horrible person, but then they attend church every Sunday. Yeah, I've read the Bible. Okay, but can you start practicing it? See, until you start if you have to tell people what you read because it's not apparent through your words and through your actions that you have the knowledge of how to do better, then that's the problem. Okay? So that is the huge problem with personal development. Now, because I'm not going to leave you hanging, let me tell you how to overcome that. All right? I found that in my profession specifically, a lot of people will read personal development books, but you know what they don't do? They don't read autobiographies or any type of biographies. So they don't read the stories of successful people. They just read all these checklists, do affirmations, step outside your comfort zone, dream big, do a vision board. They read these checklists of things to do, and then they do them in the comfort of their home, in their little safety zone, but they never actually follow the trajectory of a successful person. They never take a sneak peek into the future, into their destiny, so that they can see what's down the road because they're viewing it through the eyes of someone who's already been there. See? When you do that, that changes the game. That changes the game. Because when you see what somebody else has gone through and you know what you will have to go through too, now you kind of sort of can piggyback off of that person's courage, off of that person's effort, off of that person's trials and tribulations to actually put into action the personal development that you're reading about. See? See how that works? One of my favorite books that I'm reading right now is this one. Real Talk. Believe in More. It's an easy read. I got it very recently. I haven't read it every day, but I'm already more than halfway through. I'm on page 90. And this is a book that was written by the CEO of my company. And I'm so happy that this is not a, here's how you believe. Write affirmations. Watch powerful videos. Put on happy music. That's not what this is. This is his story. How a young man who who was a Ford Motor Assembly Line employee, who didn't necessarily do that well in high school, had the you know what to start his own company with pictures from his life, with you seeing, with him talking about things with people right now that I know, where they started, what they went through before the company was what it is today, what he and his arguments that he and his wife used to have while building the business. A young man who had to believe in more, and everything that he went through along the journey. How every single time there was a win, there pretty much was a failure after it. A young man who had to borrow money from his wife's mother, $20,000, to even make payroll to bring that company to us. See, when I read this, when I read about his journey from the basement of his house building this business, then when somebody tells me, oh, Kim, I'll pay you when I get paid on payday, and they don't, it doesn't break me. When someone says, oh yeah, I really want to do better, and I sit on the phone with them for however long I sit because I'm trying to be empathetic and hear them out on their story, and then they never ever join and they ghost me afterward, does that make me cry? No, because I'm thinking about what I've already read. If he went through all this hell, what am I going to get mad for when you don't buy a kit? When you don't join a team? What do I look like? See, when you read autobiographies and you actually read the story of what someone has gone through, good, bad, ups, downs, high, lows, everything in between, it gives you some perspective. Okay? So now all the personal development that you read, you're ready to act on. You've got to have that in the mix, because if all you do is read these checklists of here's what you should do, and then you do those things again in the comfort of your home, because that's what most people do. They might look in the mirror and say, I am wonderful, I am enough, I am great, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a multimillionaire. They might do a vision board. They might do all of those things. But if they don't have some type of perspective to understand what a person has been through so they can have a heads up for what they're about to go through, then they really think they're doing something when they just read personal development. They really think they're doing something. And that's where a lot of the problem is. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're in my company and you're saying things like, oh, I want to be ambassador, or I want to have a big team, or I want to blah, 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 blah. I want to leave my job because of TLC and da-da-da-da-da-da. If you're saying any of those things, if you want to do anything more than just come here and make a few $100s retailing the product, if you want to go to the next level in this business and you don't have this book, I don't respect you. How? How can you want to succeed in a company and you don't read the blueprint that the CEO spelled out for you? Everything that he went through. I don't respect you. How can I? There was actually someone who reached out to me, because I'm telling y'all right now, I promise you, with everything that is me, nobody cares about what you need or what you want. Kim, I need this to work for me. I really, really want financial freedom. Nobody cares. It's not about what you need or what you want. In case you haven't figured that out by now, it's only about what are you willing to work for. And the way that you get the chutzpah to get up and work for whatever it is that you say you want, you have to plug into people who have already been there and done that, who are emotionally invincible, because courage is contagious. Courage is contagious. Confidence is contagious. Everything is contagious. So if you're not reading this stuff and seeing what a person has been through so that you'll have a heads up regarding what you're about to go through too, then you're going to constantly be swayed and pulled and pushed, and your feelings are going to go right along with the emotional roller coaster that is entrepreneurship. One day you up, next day you down. One day you up, next day you down. And as your vibration gets all out of whack, as your frequency has these high, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, what do you call it? I'm learning about trading right now, so I'm thinking about trading terms. But as your frequency has these high disparities, okay, your people are going to pick up on that. Your team is going to pick up on that. Your customers are going to pick up on that. One of the things they talk about in trading, and this is a universal concept for everything, but you have to be emotionally bulletproof. You have to be emotionally bulletproof in business. You have to be emotionally bulletproof in trading. You have to be emotionally in everything, pretty much. It really, really does help because it keeps you level-headed so that you can think better. When you're going up and down and you're upset and you're angry and you're sad, and all that cortisol is rushing through your body and pulling blood from your brain so that you literally can't think straight. That's when you make stupid mistakes, rash moves. Okay? Personal development alone is not enough. I don't care if you read 20 personal development books. If you don't ever act on the information, you've done nothing. And if you want to succeed in an industry, a company, or a sector, whatever, you need to be a student. The moment this book came out, I didn't ask how much it costs. How many pages? Well, I'm reading another book right now, so when I get done with this book, I'll read. Hell no. No, this is the company that I'm in. This is the man who helps me to stay at home with my son, who helps me to pay the bills from the comfort of my home. I'm getting the book, number one, in support of him. And I'm going to make, even if it's 5 or 10 pages a day, I'm going to make time to read the book. And I'm telling you, it has been one of the most rewarding reads. This has nothing to do with my company in the sense that even if you're not a part of my company, if you want to just believe it more, you should get this book and hear about his trials and tribulations from, like I said, everything from not being able to make payroll and having to borrow the money from his mother-in-law to his struggles as a child with, him having young parents that weren't always 100% present in his life. Oh my gosh, it just really, really helps. And it helps me to see why he is the way he is today. And it also helps me to constantly reinforce to myself, Kim, the things in your life that you don't like, you have a choice. You can take those things and they can make you bitter, or those same things can make you better. It's all in perspective and how you choose to interpret and internalize that information and show up in the world. That's why you got to plug into autobiographies and biographies of successful people. If you do want to get this book, and I don't get a fee for this, I don't get a commission for this, I'm just telling you on the strength of you doing better for you. But if you do want to get this book, you go to believeinmore.com. And again, if you're in my company and you have the nerve to say that you want to go to the next level in this company, if you don't have this book, I don't believe you. It's impossible. I don't care if you can't read the book. If the man who's cutting you a check publishes a book, don't you owe it to him to at least show up and support that book? I have so many things that I bought that I've never even taken a look at. Don't know when I will be able to take a look at them, but because a mentor or someone I respect or someone who has added value to my life published it, put it out there, I buy it just in support of them. See, the law of sowing and reaping is not just pertinent to samples or to the tea. It refers to everything. To everything. So again, y'all can show up in my inbox if you want to, talking about, Kim, I really want to know how you do this because I really want this. And my first question is going to be, what are you doing? What are you doing? One of the things I had to do before COVID, I had to go in places that I felt like I didn't belong. I had to go to the rich part of town and the most expensive hotels and the most expensive restaurants, even if I could only get an appetizer or sometimes just a cup of water. And then I made my own coffee and just left the tip for a hot cup of water. I had to talk to people, different types of people that didn't always look like me, people that didn't always talk like me. I had to do personal development, not just read about it. I had to stretch myself and constantly grow my comfort zone. That is how you get what you want. That's how you get what you want. And reading personal development alone will not make you do these things. You've got to read about people who constantly did things that they were uncomfortable with. They didn't know how it was worked, and they did it any doggone way. All right? So That's the problem with personal development. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you want this book, go to believeandmore.com. And again, this, even if you're not in MLM, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have your own business, you want to realize some dreams, you want to break some generational curses, you want to be the example for your child. Don't let your child look outside the house for a hero. No. No. You be the hero. You, not some rapper, not some actor, Lord knows, not some athlete or drug dealer. You be the hero. The hero should be in your child's household. Let your life be a living example of everything that you desire for your child. If you're telling them you can be anything you want to be, then dang on it, you better be showing up in the world as what you want to be, or at least striving for it. Let them see you do that. Let them see you challenging yourself, stretching yourself, and watch what happens to your entire lineage. Because that will be all they know. They won't know fear. So, I'm going to end this before I get off. This is something I get very, very worked up about. Very, very worked up about. Because I see too many doggone adults acting like children. Acting like children. All right? IG, follow me. Facebook, hit follow, see first. YouTube, subscribe, and bang the bell to the right, ding dong, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. And y'all go, and smash that thumbs up button too, please. It tells YouTube that this was a good video. If you enjoyed it and you think somebody else would like to hear this message, the only way they can is if you help YouTube show the video by smashing the thumbs up. It's free 99, people. It's free 99. All right? All right, y'all, don't forget, pick up this book, Believe in More. And really, really stretch your belief. Don't just do personal development. Plug into the stories of people who are don't just read personal development. Plug into the stories of people who have practice personal development, and watch how your life changes. All right? Bye.